Hi everyone, thank you for watching. So in today's video I'm going to be going through my top 5 beauty tricks slash tips, and I'm sure you already realized because of the title of this video. I just wanted to go through some of my favorite tricks that I do on a daily basis. I have mentioned some of these in my earlier videos, and some of these tricks I've been doing since I was a junior in high school, so if you guys want to learn what they are, please keep watching. So my first tip that I'm going to be talking about with you guys is about lashes slash mascara. And I'm sure you guys have heard that L'Oreal Telescopic has been my favorite. I think I've been using this since, I'm going to say, sophomore year of high school, which I'm 23 now, so you could do the math. But I love this mascara because of the comb tip that it has. So this has always just been my favorite. It always gets it the longest. But one of my tricks that I always do, and that will really help make your eyelashes look longer, thicker, and everything like that, is to apply your mascara with a fan nearby. And some of you may be like, well, that's weird slash random, and it's gonna make my eyes water. Well, no, because if you have a fan on low, right near your face while you're doing your mascara, what it's going to do is it's going to dry the coats as you're applying them. So I don't know if some of you have used this mascara and realize that it stays really, really wet, and as you apply it, it's not really making them longer, it's just kind of making them thicker, and some people don't like the really thick lashes. So the reason that this works is because as you're applying your first coat of mascara, once you move on to the other eye, the fan is going to help dry that first coat. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be applying a couple coats of mascara, and each time, since it is going to be drying, it's going to help make them get a lot longer. So I dare you guys to try this little tip out, because once you do, you're going to be like, holy crap, how did I not know about this? And it's something so simple and so easy, and I'm sure all of you guys have a fan or something of the sorts in your house that you can use. Also, I actually mentioned this in another video, and I said something about you can do it in your car. So when I used to go to class, or when I was on my way to school and I was running super late, I would do my mascara in the car. And what I would do is I would put the air up in the car, and obviously I'll be parked, but I'll be applying my mascara. So obviously when you're driving, I don't recommend driving around and doing your mascara, because that is definitely not safe. But if you are parked and you're in a rush, the vents in your car will do the exact same thing. So let me know how you guys like this tip. It's something that I've always done, and when I get ready, I actually have a fan behind me, so every single day it's what I'm doing, and I love the results. So for those of you who want your eyelashes to grow, try this trick out. It should really help you. Second tip slash trick is for my brows, and I haven't done an updated brow routine in a while, so definitely let me know if you guys want to see that. In my get ready with me videos and some of my makeup videos, you guys can kind of follow along to see what I do, but if you guys want like a more in-depth step-by-step video, definitely comment below and I will have that up for you guys. But what I recently had just found that I'm absolutely loving is the Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's kind of looks like a gel liner, and what I found is that it's so much easier to shape your brows. And for those of you who have thinner brows or maybe uneven brows and you want them to be perfect and you don't want it to look fake and you want it to look super natural, my trick for you is to use the pomade and use a thin brow brush, and you're going to outline where you want your brows to go. So say you have thinner brows and you want them to be a bit thicker, you use the brush with the pomade and then draw it on, and it will create the illusion of an eyebrow. Now to fill in your brow, I don't recommend using this. I recommend either the Brow Bar to Go, which I've used for 2 years, over 2 years now, the dark brown color, or I also have the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder. So whichever powder you prefer, I recommend using the powder to fill in your brows, because it's going to give it that really, really natural look. And the final tip for your brows is to apply a brow gel. So if you guys don't use a brow gel, one thing you'll realize is that maybe your eyebrows will start to fade away during the day, or it'll look kind of like chalky. But if you use the gel, it's just going to hold your brows in place, and it's going to give it that nice shinier look, so that if you're drawing in your brows, it looks more like hair. So I'm sure this tip would be a lot easier if I were actually showing you what I was talking about, but for those of you who do your brows on a day-to-day basis, I'm sure you guys kind of comprehend what I'm getting at. But again, let me know if you guys want an updated brow tutorial so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. But I was always just using the powder, and one thing I noticed was that people were like, well, your brows don't match your hair, your brows are too thick, they don't really look natural. And ever since I've been using the pomade and just outlining my brows with them, I've noticed a lot of people were complimenting my brows a little bit more. So definitely try this trick out. The pomade is amazing, and I can't believe I lived this long without it. But I will be linking all the products and everything I mentioned on my blog for anyone interested. Tip number 3 is super important, and it's something that I've done forever. And it's really funny because if you go back to some of my first videos, I mentioned that if you lick your makeup brush, it will help bring out the pigments of your eyeshadow. So obviously, I've learned a lot more since my first couple of videos. So do I recommend you licking your brushes still? Probably not, unless you're the only one doing your makeup and you don't get grossed out by that kind of stuff. But what I like to do in place of your saliva is I use MAC Fix Plus. And you guys probably saw me mention this in a lot of my videos. A cheaper alternative is also eye drops. And I'll just quickly show you what I mean, because when you dip your brush into something wet first, it really picks up the pigment and it makes it look 10 times brighter. So for some of you guys maybe trying out some cheaper makeup products that aren't so pigmented, try wetting your brush first, dipping it in the shadow, and then applying it, and you'll be amazed at how pigmented and how beautiful the color will come out. So that is my tip number 3. So I've seen so many comments and so many people asking what they could possibly do for dry skin. And one of the biggest concerns is that when you apply your makeup, it's all flaky looking, it doesn't apply smooth and evenly. And I wanted to just talk about a couple of different products that I've used that I've loved for dry skin. And I think the biggest thing that some people don't realize is that you really need to exfoliate. So if you're not exfoliating and you're just using a face wash that's just kind of like a soft liquid, it's not going to help you. So the 2 face washes that I use that are exfoliators are the Biore Pore Unclogging Scrub and the Olay Detoxifying Pore Scrub. And both of these have the beads in it, so it's going to help get rid of any dead skin. It's also going to help with your blackheads and to unclog all your pores. So that is definitely a step that you guys need to do if you're not doing. Also, one thing I really recommend is getting a brush to wash your face, and this one is the Olay one. You can get this right at any drugstore, and it's a lot cheaper than, what's the other one that's out there? I don't even remember. I don't know the name. What is the name of it? Do I know it? No, I don't know it. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the other brush that's out there, but it's a little bit more pricey. But this one works just as good, and it moves in a circular motion, so with the bristles it's going to help get really deep into your skin. So use this along with your exfoliator, and your skin should feel really smooth afterwards. Another product that I recommend is the Biore Ultra Deep Cleansing Pore Strips, and they say they're just for your nose. They do sell these with the face strips and the nose strips, but I'll actually use the nose strips on my face if I need to. But what I notice is right under my chin along here, I get a lot of blackheads and it feels a little bumpy. And sometimes when I apply my foundation, it's gonna look a little bit bumpier, and I don't like that. I also get them a lot on my nose, and that's because I contour the crap out of my nose. So there's always a lot of product and makeup and everything. So I like to use these maybe twice a month. My skin is pretty good, so if you guys need it more often, I'm not sure how often they recommend to use it, but all you do is you wet your nose or wherever you're going to apply it, you stick it on, you leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, it gets really hard, and then you rip it off almost like a band-aid. So what's really cool about this is when you rip it off, you can see all the blackheads and everything that it pulls out right on the strip. So this is also something I really recommend for those of you that have that bumpy skin or you're looking to get a really smooth, nice complexion. So of course exfoliating and everything like that is super important, but also it's really important to have a good face lotion that you use in the morning before you're applying your makeup. And I like to apply the lotion before I apply any of my makeup, even before I use my primer. So the 2 that I go back and forth with right now are the Clinique, and it's a dramatically different moisturizing lotion. That's what it says on it, but it's really nice and it's light on your skin. And I also, the past 3 or 4 months, I've been using the Meaningful Beauty, and this is the antioxidant day cream, and if you guys saw, what video was it? My hair care favorites video, you probably saw me mention the when, and I had told you guys how I was watching an infomercial one night when I was like really sick. I was up with like the stomach flu or something, and I was watching infomercials and I totally caved and I instantly bought what I was watching. The two things that I saw were the when and then the Meaningful Beauty with Cindy Crawford, and I'm sorry, after watching it with her in it, her skin is just so beautiful. You can really tell that she hasn't gotten much, if any, work done because her skin and her face looks just like it did when she was 20. So of course I'm going to trust someone who looks like that at age 45. So I've tried it out and I'm honestly loving it. I've been using it every single morning, either this one or the Clinique, or sometimes I even do like one pump of each. And I always tend to have really dry skin in the winter, so I found that these two have worked really well for me. One thing that's annoying about my skin is that in the summertime it tends to get really oily, so I have to go back and forth with products. So in the wintertime I'm using my dry skin routine, and then in the summertime I use a few different products, but we'll go over that when it starts getting warmer because I think today is like 19 degrees, which is not cool. So that is tip number 4. I know there's a couple different products involved in tip number 4, and if any of you guys do have really dry skin and you found something that works really great for you, comment below and let me know because I'm always up for new options. I would love to help spread the word of a good product that you've personally tried. And of course, one thing to remember is that we all have different skin, so some products that may work better for me may not work as great for you, but these different products that I've used and the steps that I've used really helped make my skin smooth and just flake-free and really moisturized in the cold winter air. So moving on to my 5th and final favorite beauty tip, I wanted to talk about makeup setting sprays. And this is something that I don't always show in my videos because it's something I like to do right before I leave the house, and I think it's super important for those of you that are wearing a full face of makeup to use a setting spray because people don't realize, and then a few hours later they're like, why is my makeup melting off my face, or why do I look so greasy, or why is my bronzer coming off? And it's something just as simple as a makeup setting spray. So I always call it hairspray for your face, and the one that I've used, and this is my 3rd or 4th bottle, is the Model in a Bottle, and I have mentioned it in a few videos. I just recently picked up this new one. It's by Kryolan. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but it's Ultra Setting Spray. This one I like to use when I have like a full cake face of makeup. Once you spray it on your face, literally nothing moves, so it's a really great product. And the Model in the Bottle, this one is for sensitive skin, and I use this all the time as well, and it's an amazing product. I have tried the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, and I noticed that it really didn't hold as much as I would have liked it to. These literally feel like a little mist. You just do 1, 2, 3, maybe like 4 sprays, and then what I do is I put my face up to the fan and I'm like that until it dries off, and you apply this after everything is done, and I promise you, like, these are necessary, especially if you're someone who's wearing a lot of makeup. So that's one tip that I don't show in all my videos, which I apologize for. It's just something I tend to forget, and I think most people do forget. But once I started using the setting sprays, I noticed how much longer my makeup would last, and like for any girls who are going out dancing and you know you're gonna be sweating, try these out because you will be thanking me when your makeup still looks perfect at the end of the night. Whenever I go to IMATS or BeautyCon, I always get super hot, and I think it's because I get nervous, and then like just talking to so many people, hugging everyone, like my nerves get up and I always start like sweating. So one thing I'm thankful for are these sprays, because even though I sweat, if I go to the mirror and just kind of touch up with some loose powder, my makeup still looks perfect. It doesn't melt off or doesn't sweat off. So that is it for my top 5 favorite beauty tricks. Hopefully you guys learned something new, and if you try any of these out and love them, definitely let me know because I love hearing your feedback and everything like that. So I love you guys so much. Make sure to comment below and let me know some of your favorite beauty tricks, because it's really fun to hear everybody's different tips and tricks, because hey, you never know, something you might try may work better for you than something you've been doing. I hope you have an amazing day, and until next time.
California's on her mind, Los Angeles is tired, but we always seem to feel